Alright, I've been wanting to do this for a while. I want to overview the Let's Go plan from Nice Bus. Uh, and before I get started, I just want to say there are, some good plans in here, some plans that aren't good, but aren't really enough, but it will be an improvement. Uh, and the computer is frozen. Awesome. There it goes. Alright, it's done now. No, yeah, there it goes. Alright, so um, let me move this over here. Alright, so this is, let me see, maybe we can, yeah, that's good. Alright, so this is Mike Setzer. He has moved on to other things. I'm not going to read this word for word. I know Matt Camper did a really thorough review of it. But, they're trying to, say transit benefits everybody. This is a multi-year transit vision for Nassau County. And they need on-demand micro. They're talking about certain things on-demand micro transit that would be similar to the NiceLink service. Increased frequency studies, headway management applications, stop rebalancing, signal light prioritization, and fare payment technologies. All right, so they're talking about some other systems that they've worked with to improve their service, quote unquote, improve their service. And this is how Nassau County benefits from transit. And I'm glad TransDev is trying to do this, because there are a lot of people out there. I mean, I'll give them credit for this, because there are a lot of people that just don't get it, that transit is a benefit. All right. We have a 1 to 4 annual economic rate of return. We have estimated increased sales from 5-year capital investment. Estimated county sales tax generated from investment. And greenhouse gas emissions reduced. And this is the thing about Cuomo. He's out there touting about all this stuff. Meanwhile, because of him, there's more cars on the road. All right? Because he's messed with the transit. Long Island Railroad, Nice Bus, and even the problems in the city that are going on. So transit reduces greenhouse gas emissions. All right? 49.3 million metric tons every year. And carbon dioxide emissions, 18.8 million pounds. All right? All right? And jobs generated, 2,000. So, transit is important. All right? 1.01 million residents within easy walking distance of Nice Bus service. Access to high-frequency transit. Mobility opportunities for those with few options. Low-income residents near high-frequency transit. Right? So these are just some of the things that they want to do, but it's going to take money and it's going to take funding. They want to have more frequent service, additional express service, new express service to Manhattan, extended evening service, expanded late night hours, more weekend service, new community shuttles, county-wide able ride coverage, better customer infrastructure, and the latest technology and innovation. All right, so increased service frequency, definitely something that's needed. They need to increase service. Their frequent service is defined as any route with buses that are scheduled to arrive every 10 minutes or less in the peak morning and evening hours, and at least every 15 minutes when demand is lower. So like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but this is the current network. This is the current network of routes that run on a rather frequent basis. N4, N6, N20H, N20G, N22, N40, N41, and the N48 and N49. All right? They want to expand this. All right? So they want to increase the amount of service on N1. They want to increase it on the N24, the N26, the 31, 32, the 43, the 48, 49. We already went to, so they want to expand this to some other routes. I think that route list is pretty good. I think they might want to put the 15 in there though, because that can get to be a pretty busy route too. And additional express service. So they want to have more express service like the N20 2X and stuff like that. All right. Currently, right now, only the N6 and N4 feature express service. That's fairly on a regular basis. Nicewood hopes to add new express service to the N16, N22, N20, and N24, and also express service on Saturday and Sunday. All right, so this is the current express service. You have the N4X N6X, N16X, and N22X. So what they want to do is have a new express network. They want to add the N20X. Yes, they want to bring the N20X as one route from Flushing to Great Neck. I think that's a good idea. I think it's an excellent idea. They need to do that, and they need to bring that back. And they also want to, we already have the 22X, but it needs to run in both directions in the rush hour, not just one direction. And the N24X needs to be added, is going to be added too. However, I would like to see some type of expressor on the N41 as well, just to add to that. All right, and Manhattan Direct Express. So the Nice Bus is starting to realize that the Long Island Railroad has reliability issues, and this is an opportunity for them to possibly compete with the Long Island Railroad. The Manhattan Direct Express route would be a direct, like more of a premium service. It would use a coach bus, as you see here, a different kind of bus, unlike other inter-county services. And they'd be placed in park and ride lights in Levittown, Hicksville, and Mineola. So this gears mostly, and I really love, at least Nice Bus is trying to get it. I'll give them credit for this, because all the new service, they realize the main line of the Long Island Railroad is right now is a disaster. And this is a chance to possibly get new ridership on new service. Now, I know a bus will take a little longer than the railroad. It has to deal with traffic and stuff like that. But the thing is that you will have a more comfortable ride versus the railroad, and it might wind up actually still being cheaper, even if it's, I can't imagine, they might have it might cost like similar to what's the express bus fare in the city, $6.75, something like that. I think that's what the express bus fare in the city. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think these are great ideas, and they're all serving the main line, just like a lot of the express routes they want to have to serve the subways. They know the main line is a mess, and this is their opportunity to possibly get new ridership. So extended evening and late night hours. All right, so we're gonna have extended evening and late night hours. All right, so they need to do this for sure, and they want to do this on 11 key routes. So whoops. All right, so these are the routes they want to do and make late night routes. So they actually want to have the 27 run late night now. All right, as well as the 25 run late night. All right, and we already have the 22. The 22 or the 20. This was 20. I can't tell which one that one is. The 22 or the 24. But they want to have the 22 or the 24 be 24 hours. So I think that's excellent. Definitely need a 24-hour route on this as well. The 4 is already 24 hours. The 6 is already 24 hours. And I want to have late night service to places like Long Beach, East Rockaway. I think they mean Far Rockaway. So that would be the 31, 32. So these are the routes they list: N1, N4, N22, N24, N26, N40, 41, N43, and N70, 71, 72. All right, so I think this is good ideas. The only issue I've got, and they have not proposed this, that 72 needs to be restored to Babylon. So they need to restore some service. All right, so we're additional weekend services. Like I said, let me get done with the presentation, then I'm going to talk about what I think they should be doing. All right, so additional weekend service. So they want to add weekend service and extend hours on Saturday and Sunday. And express service would be provided on weekends as well. All right, so the weekend service network would be expanded. The 27 would be restored to weekend service, which I think definitely needs to be done. Very important. So we'll go through the list here. N1, N6, N16, which currently doesn't run on Sundays. N22, N24, which we already know runs on the weekends, but there might be express service on that. N25 runs on the weekend. The 26 does not right now, so that might run on the weekend. Obviously, they restore the N27, but it only says Roslyn, Glen Cove. I don't know if that's a misprint because they show the entire route here, so I'm not sure what they're going to do with that, or they're just going to, well, it's still better than nothing, I guess. The N40, N41, which we know runs on weekend, the 43, and the 70, 71, 72. But again, the 72 needs to be restored to Babylon. That route has been hurt by that cut, and it needs to be restored, and I'm annoyed that they didn't include that. So, transit-oriented development in the Nassau Hub. All right, so I talk about Nassau Hub, transit-oriented development, better infrastructure. So they want to improve the experience at Hempstead Transit Center by remodeling it. The facility is dated and overcrowded, often resulting in an unwelcoming experience. So they definitely need to fix that up. They said the new Hempstead Transit Center would be clean, open, airy, and provide comfortable seating and accurate arrival and departure information and customer assistance. But right now, there are a lot of criminals out there hanging out. It's a big problem, and they need to do something. If it needs to be safe. People don't feel safe there right now. All right, and that is definitely something that's going to need the cooperation of the police department. All right, so they need smart bus stops. Definitely, they have some things in the city, so this would be a good idea as well. Countywide able ride service definitely should be countywide able ride service. Right now, it's done at the minimum requirement, which means you have to live within, I think, a mile or two of a fixed route service. But it would be countywide. So I think they are going to talk about new, and then the innovative community service. So here's the community services, the community shuttles. All right, that right now run in Rock. They have the Rockville Center the Rockville Center one that goes from the Mercy Medical one. So, and then the Flexi shuttles would be like the Flexi service. All right, and then also they also have they also talk about the link service as well. All right, so these would be the community shuttle and Flexi zones. So you can see here they'd be. It looks like they might actually want to hang a route that goes to Oyster Bay. So they're gonna bring back. I'm a little. Let's see. Do they have Hicksville, Oyster Bay, Freeport Shuttle, Elmont Flexi, the Long Island Railroad Shuttle, Great Neck, Mineola, Hempstead, West Hempstead, Mercy Medical Shuttle, which we already have, and a Newport, Washington Shuttle as well. The only issue with this is they're not bringing back the Hicksville Wantor Shuttle. They need to bring that back, and they need to bring back the N51. All right. They're not bringing that back. So even with all this is still cutting-edge technology. I guess I'll get back to the end. So you see the cutting-edge technology, innovation, bus rapid transit. Yes, I think this is important. Traffic signal priority. And they need to. It talks about all the different types of things. I think this is very important because the buses lose a lot of time due to sitting at traffic lights. And if they don't have to stop at traffic lights, the bus moves faster, it costs less to run, and the customers are happy because they're getting to their destination faster. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Having bus lanes and traffic signal priority, very important, and I think it's pivotal. And this talks about some of the things like queue jumps, some of this technical stuff I'm not going to really get into. I'll provide a link to the PDF that you can look at on your own. So the customer can experience more capacity, less waiting time, new transit centers, 100% more express service, better, more faster, accurate information, and easier fare payment, and innovative on-demand community-based shuttles. All right, so they talk about better access here for, I'll just move this over so you can see the chart. And so more frequent service on these routes here, all right, that you see. N1, N4, N6, N22, N24, N26, N31, 32, N43, N48, 49, and N70 and N71, 72 Hempstead, Farmingdale, which should wind up being restored to Babylon. All right, so this is the current access to frequent service map, all right, that they have here, all right. So we'll move this over here again. This is the current access to frequent service, and this is what they want to. This is how they want to expand it. So they want to have expanded access to frequent service on these routes here that you see. All right. So I think the winners in this will definitely be Mineola in the middle, the middle areas of Nassau County, which right now are not being served properly by the Long Island Railroad. An opportunity to help definitely. This is just some demographic charts. So we're going to talk about the outline. So ongoing, continue to work toward independent and reliable sources of funding that include modest CPI increases. By early fall 2017, that already passed, draft multi-year vision statement. By summer 2018, they're supposed to be asking the public, stakeholders, and customers for input and ideas at county-wide open houses. That hasn't happened yet. Supposed to be summer 18. Summer, I haven't heard anything about it. published draft multi-year vision document in late 2018. Okay, so we are looking at the existing Nice Bus map, and I want to show you, first of all, we take a look at the service that needs to be restored, all right? And it leaves out a lot of service that should have been restored, all right? Now, before I get started, I just want us to talk about NiceLink, all right? So the NiceLink basically is going to serves this area right here, like this, all right? So Meadowbrook Parkway's here, so west of Meadowbrook, east of Wantor, south of Hempstead Turnpike. Whoops, I went too far. All right, it's supposed to go like this. All right, I already went too far because the Wantor, yeah, this is the Wantor Parkway. So it basically serves this area right here where I've drawn this. All right, so I apologize. We had to kind of take a little, edit that out. So I kind of goofed up, but I just wanted to show you where the NiceLink service area is. NiceLink is from Meadowbrook Parkway. Here's the Meadowbrook Parkway. I'm trying to find it on this map. This is the Meadowbrook Parkway right here. So east of the Meadowbrook Parkway, south of Hempstead Turnpike to the Wantor Parkway, and then it goes down, then it's west of Wantor Parkway, and then north of Sunrise. So this is where the NiceLink service area is, in this area. And NiceLink is a good idea. All right, I think it's a good way to get new. It also serves the Freeport train station too. It's a good idea. It definitely get people. It's door-to-door service. It costs $4.50, so no Metro cards accepted. It's a little more money, but it's a door-to-door service, an on-demand thing, and available on weekday rush hours. And it could gear to people who wouldn't ordinarily take a bus because they don't feel like walking to a bus stop, basically they like somebody who wants door to door without having to walk to the bus stop. On demand service, if it works out, it's a good thing. But I don't think it's meant. It should augment the fixed route service, not replace it. This is not a replacement for the N51. It's not a replacement for the N73. No, it's not a replacement for those routes. So here's what I would do. All right, so in the green, the 73 needs to come back. All right, that's number one. All right, it was called the Hicksville Wantor Community Shuttle. You can use a small bus on it. That's fine, I think, but they need to bring it back. And the route would go from Hicksville. The route goes Hicksville down Jerusalem Avenue, Gardner's Avenue, North Jerusalem Road, Wantor Avenue, down to Wantor. All right, I think that route should be brought back, and I think it should be restored to 6-day-a-week service, Monday through Saturday. All right, every hour. All right, from like 7 a.m. from most of the day. The N80 needs to be running all day, and it needs to be running on weekends. All right, that needs to be. I think that was part of the plan. I think to do that. That's good, but you still need the 73. All right, and the other route you need is the 51. The 51 needs to come back. And the 51 went from Roosevelt Field, and then served Nassau Community College. So it went like this. I'm trying to draw the best I can here. So it went. Actually, no, I'm drawing for Mineola. So all right. So 51 starts here. Let me put this in 73. I don't have the neatest writing, but the 51 needs to be brought back. All right, and needs to run from. And again, you could use a small bus. Well, yeah, you can use a small bus on it, I guess. In the beginning, I guess. 51 needs to start from Roosevelt Field and goes down Stewart Avenue right here. It's very hard to get this map. Nassau Community College over here, and then down Hempstead Turnpike through Uniondale and Merrick Avenue. And the 51 would run rush hours only, but a lot of students use that route. A lot of students. Now people in Merrick wind up driving, all right? And, yeah, they have money, but, it got ridership. It got people, and so Nice killed it, All right, so the M51 needs to come back, all right? The other route needs to come back, and this route actually carried a good amount of people. It's the 45. The 45 needs to come back, too. Yes, same route. 45 would go this way through the college. The existing route basically follows the 43. All right, like this, down Uniondale Avenue, then goes down Park Avenue like this, into Roosevelt, which a lot of people took that bus. All right, and it needs to be brought back, and the 45 should run 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and be restored to Belmore. All right, so Belmore has a route north. All right, because right now Belmore doesn't. That's the thing. They may get great train service in Belmore, but they have practically no bus service. All right, so the N45 needs to come back to serve Belmore. All right. Now, I'm not going to say bring back the N50 because you do have the 73 nearby, so I wouldn't bring back the N50. But I definitely think the 5145 need to come back. All right, the N19 should be extended back to Babylon again. All right, N19 should run back to Babylon again. All right, and the N73 should run to Babylon again. I mean, it's ridiculous. A lot of people use that N73. All right, and it should be restored back to Babylon again. I'm sorry, N72. The N72 should be restored to Babylon. Having an ended Farmingdale is stupid. It kills the route, and people are left. How are they supposed to get? There's no bus service in some of these areas. How are you supposed to rely on Suffolk Transit? I mean, come on now. That's ridiculous. All right? The other thing, which is really stupid and pointless, the N55 and the N54, the N54 and N55 should be re-extended to Amityville. All right? Because right now, the only transfers that are available to Suffolk Transit at Sunrise Mall are with the S33 and the S20. But they should re-extend it to Amityville, where it can connect up with the S1. The S1 is a very important key route in Suffolk County Transit, a north-south route. It doesn't show up on this map, but it's a very key route, north-south route with a lot of important transfers. And literally, it only shaves 5 minutes off the route not to go to Amityville. And people don't have a connection because of that? That's stupid. Again, why aren't they proposing that? All right? So the other thing that I want to do here, as far as the 51 goes, I think that the 51 not only should run to Merrick, but I think it should go down after it goes down Merrick Avenue, make a right, go down Merrick Road, go on the Parkway, and basically it would go to Long Beach. The N51 will go to Long Beach, and it will wind up replacing the N69. So it will go down Wantaw Parkway, Meadowbrook Parkway, then take the Loop Parkway, and down Lido Boulevard to Long Beach. And they already deadhead buses that way, because I've seen buses deadheading through Lido Beach. All right, so this would replace the N69 and provide another route for people from Long Beach to get to the mainland, because right now there's only the N33 and the N15. All right, so I think that pretty much covers what I would do. Obviously, they left out some things. Then even with all the service that they planned on restoring, it's still not the same amount of service that MTA provided. Let's get real here. And just to prove that point, I have on my computer an MTA Long Island bus map. And I want to show you all the service that we used to have when we had MTA Long Island bus. Because people don't realize how much more service we had. A lot of these routes already had frequent service. All right? But I want to go over all the routes that have been cut. All right? By Nice Bus, that they're not bringing back. All right? The N72, cut, doesn't run to Babylon, no plans to bring it back. The N54-55 to Amityville, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N81, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N73, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N74, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N50, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N46, cut, with no plans to bring it back. The N47, cut, with no plans to bring it back. All right? And the N51, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N45, cut, no plans to bring it back. The N36, cut, no plans to bring it back. This is an old map, so some of the things on here, like the 35 and 37 weren't Yeah, weren't. A lot of these routes were eventually cut by the MTA before they left, but Nice wound up cutting a lot of routes. They've cut 11 routes, um, and they're not bringing most of the service back. All right. And what about maintenance? Is the maintenance ever going to be as good as the MTA? No, no, it won't be. So, as far as Nice Bus and their plan, and also the 78, 79, that's the other thing they didn't propose. They didn't propose restoring the 79 to full-time service. It only runs rush hours only, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And what about service to on this area, S.Oyster Bay Road? What about that? It's never going to be as strong of a network as we had before Ed Mangano came along and ruined Long Island Bus. It's just never going to be as strong, and there's only one real solution to this, and that is to bring back the MTA and to bring back most of the service that they provided with, and then they could have the select bus, and they could have their own branding, which works. All right, Nice Bus is never going to be as good as MTA Long Island Bus. It's never going to be as good, and I want to see MTA come back. I'm not going to really be satisfied fully until MTA comes back, but we all know that right now it's extremely unlikely that's going to happen, especially given the political climate in this state regarding the governor and the way this county is with Laura Curran. All right, because Laura Curran obviously wants to keep Nice Bus around. She doesn't want MTA to come back. Jack Martins was going to try to bring back MTA, but that didn't happen. But we had a much better system with MTA, a system you could rely on, a system with properly trained drivers, properly maintained buses, and a really strong route network. And, NiceLink is not going to replace that. You can't even transfer from NiceLink to a regular bus. It doesn't take Metro cards. It's a great idea, and I hope it works, but it's not meant to replace a fixed route. And Nice thinks that it is meant to replace a fixed route. And we have lost a lot of ridership since MTA Long Island Bus left. I would say Nice, and this is being generous, that Nice is carrying maybe 70% of what Long Island Bus carried, and I think it's less than that. Right? We have thousands more cars on the road. This is really hurting the environment. It's causing more traffic, and I know Nice. Their plan is, we'll go back to their plan right now. Their plan is not a terrible plan. It has some great ideas, but it falls short. It falls far short of what MTA Long Island Bus provided to us. And that will conclude this video and my opinion on the Let's Go plan from Nice Bus. Thank you for watching.